FOGSians, this video is brought to you by the Nashik Obstetric and Gynaecological Society in order that the members of FOGSI use these consents in a proper and efficient manner. The FOGSI's uniform consent was the vision and promise given by Dr. Alpesh Gandhi in the year 2020. These were prepared by a team of eminent medical legal experts, Dr. M.C. Patel, Dr. Dilip Warke and Dr. Nikhil Dadar with the help of the Maharashtra National Law University. Consent, mainly real and informed consent, and uniformity of consent with the opinion of experts from the different fields is a major step taken towards medico-legally safe practice and in the benefit of our members as well as the patients. The FOGSI uniform consents have been prepared in order to have simple, scientific and legally sound consents with uniformity. Uniformity in information provided to the patients all over the country and also in the format in which it is obtained from the patients and their relatives all over India. And at the same time following the principles of an informed consent to make the document medically and legally sound.
What are the sections of these consents? The first section has the general consents and are to be used as per the case, like refusal to admission or discharge against medical advice, etc. Second section has procedure-specific information which has to be given to the patient and her relatives when the counseling is done, depending upon the procedure required for her. The patient has to write her name and sign at the end of the paper when she receives it.
The last section or part 2 of consent taking process contains the undertaking, which is the document to be signed before undergoing the surgery. For elective surgery, part 2 will be signed on or after admission. In case of emergency procedures, the consent in both parts has to be obtained before the procedure.
How do we maintain the records? Part 1, that is the information leaflet, should be kept along with the part 2, that is the undertaking for the documentation. Both together make it complete.
Is a separate consent required for blood transfusion? Yes. Is a separate consent required for anesthesia? Yes. Anesthesia has a separate information leaflet and an undertaking which is a must before any anesthesia is given. Is a separate consent required for any procedures that emerge out of process of labor, such as emergency C-section, MRP, epidural analgesia, induction of labor? So the answer is yes.
Who ought to sign the consent form? The patient or the guardian in case the patient is a minor or incapacitated, the doctor, either the consultant or the doctor from the team, and 2 witnesses, one from the patient side and one from the doctor's side. One more point to be noted is they all should sign at the same time, the doctor, the patient and the 2 witnesses.
What if the patient cannot sign? If the patient cannot sign and wants to affix the thumb impression, or if the patient does not understand the language, then she should be explained the draft of the consent and it should be documented that she was helped to understand the consent. Better that the patient herself writes that the interpreter explained the above consent in the language that she understands and that she has understood the same.
Just a few additional tips. It may be a good practice to request the patient to write a sentence in her own handwriting and in her own language at the end of the form. The sentence may be, I have read, or I have been explained the above mentioned information and I have understood the same.
A big thank you to the medical and the legal team and FOGSI and the legal experts who have contributed immensely to the creation of these consents. I hope that this video is of help to start using the FOGSI uniform consents. Thank you.